Well, welcome everybody. I'm Jennifer Myhre, and I am pleased to be leading us today in our Just Shavasana session, which will be approximately 20 minutes in length. And as always, if you have within reach, or even maybe not within reach, and you want to grab maybe a cushion to sit your hips up on for the first few minutes. If you want to grab a pillow for your head when you're in Shavasana, a blanket, something for underneath your knees, you can do those things. Feel free to take a moment. And once you have collected what you feel you want and need to collect, then we will make our way to a seat with hips sitting up on something. I like to sit up on a bolster, but any sort of pillow or folded blanket will do. And if you prefer not to sit up on something, that's okay too. And we will begin by just finding a little bit of a stretching, whatever that feels like you want it to be in your body. So I'm just reaching arms up one at a time toward the sky and getting a little bit of stretch in my back and my arms. You might move a little bit side to side. And as you do that, I kind of naturally, with whatever hand is up in the air, find a little bit of rotation in my wrists, even though you can't see it. So maybe finding a little bit of stretch and rotation in the wrist and the arm. And then we will find a little more movement in a moment, but now that we've had a chance to sort of hopefully land a little bit more, I invite you to place the palms of your hands on your lap and to find a little lift in the heart. If you want to let your eyes close, you can do that. Take a moment to notice if there are muscles in your face that could let go a little. Locate your breath. And let your attention just rest on the movement of your breath in and your breath out. Nothing more to do. Notice how the breath moves your body. And as you settle into this stillness, you might begin to notice other body parts, other muscles that are doing more than they need to. So if you do notice that, just place your attention there. You don't have to make anything different than what it is. You can just be present with. And from here, if you feel inspired or called to make contact with a body part, maybe placing one of your hands somewhere on your body that feels like it could use that support, feel free to do that. It's also something you can just imagine as well. And notice what it feels like, that physical sensation of the hand at the body. Notice the temperature, the weight, the contact. You might even consider giving yourself some sort of well wish here, offering up something as you transition maybe in your day. What would you like yourself to know or to hear here? See if you can receive it. And as you're ready, if eyes are closed, maybe you open them. You can release the hand back down to rest. We'll find just a little bit more movement before we make our way to our back. So from here, inhaling shoulders up, exhaling them down. And again, if you can inhale through the nose, you could try that. Exhaling, open mouth. Inhaling up, exhaling shoulders, releasing them down. If you feel like finding one or two more of those, you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to find just a little bit of a twisting motion by bringing left hand to right knee. Right hand or fingers prop us up behind you. Maybe you stay right here. Breathe into a long, healthy spine here. Or maybe you exhale a little bit off to the right. Torso, belly button comes forward to the right, chin toward right shoulder, bringing out your day. Breathing in nourishment and breathing out anything you don't need. Maybe another breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And on your next inhale, releasing the hands and arms and then coming back to face forward. Hands resting on the lap and just taking a breath in and out here in this neutral posture to just sort of recalibrate. And then when you're ready, we'll bring right hand to left knee. Left hand comes behind. Again, maybe you stay right here. Or you could take a nice long inhale and exhale over to the left, any amount. Notice the left shoulder. Does it want to creep up to the left ear? And if so, maybe just inviting it down in whatever way works for you. Maybe an inhale through the nose and exhale through an open mouth. That might be the only way we can exhale through our mouth. And when you're ready, releasing the hands, releasing the torso back to face forward. And if you want, I really like to find a little shake in my day, particularly at the end of the day. So like hands, arms. Yeah, whatever way you feel like you want to move, but I like to kind of shake my shoulders and my chest a bit. Oh, almost creating a little bit of a chill. So when you feel like you've explored that to the degree you want to, then we are going to remove what we're sitting on, set it off to the side, and this will be the time to just make sure that you've got a blanket within reach. If you know you're going to want to rest your head on a pillow in Savasana, having that nearby. And then we're going to easily make our way to our back. And before we get into Shavasana, I want to invite us to get a little bit of a stretch in the hips. So today I'm going to suggest just crossing one knee over the other. And then letting yourself lie back and bring the hands to the outside of either knee. And then drawing the knees toward the chest a little bit. Breathing into the hips. So if your left knee is crossed over your right, then you'll feel a stretch in the left hip. If the right knee is crossed over on top, you'll feel a stretch in that hip. Go ahead and release whatever cross of the knees you have and switch them up to the opposite, drawing that knee toward you and taking a breath into that hip. Maybe breathing in through the nose, breathing out the mouth. When you're ready, release that. Let the feet find their way to the floor or your mat or whatever it is you're lying upon. And then when you're ready, you can release yourself back to lying on your back. You can find a traditional Savasana, which would be arms and legs out long, palms facing upward, letting the feet and toes roll in whatever direction they naturally roll. If it would feel better on your back, you can bend the knees, letting the feet be on the floor. You could separate the feet away from each other a bit and let the knees fall into one another. Yeah, and removing any accessories that would allow you to just really relax into this posture, making any adjustments that would allow you to feel a little more supported and restful. And as you find your resting posture, remembering how you are resting with others, that even in your home, if you're alone, you're actually not alone. Breathing and resting with others. Feeling the weight of the body parts that meet the floor. And just surrendering to gravity here. Letting go of any control of your breathing. Letting any thoughts in the mind just come and go. Allowing yourself to be held. And allowing me to hold this quiet space for you for the next 5 or 6 minutes. If you're feeling tired or like you just want to stay here, you're welcome to do that. If you're feeling ready to move on in your day, you might find a little more length in your breath, increasing the inhale, increasing the exhale. You may want to find a wiggle of toes and fingers, rolling legs out and in, maybe looking to the left and to the right with your neck. And as you feel ready to do so, rolling yourself onto one side into a fetal posture. You can draw your knees toward your chest, resting your head on an arm, taking a breath into your rounded spine. And maybe it would feel good to hang out here for a bit. If that's the case, you're welcome to do so. If you're feeling ready to continue on, you can press yourself up into any seated posture where it will be only for less than a minute. Taking your time to get there, making your feeling of groundedness and steadiness a priority. And when you arrive in some sort of seated posture, I'll invite us all to bring our hands to our heart. Just kind of re-inviting that connection. I like to think of it as sort of a welcoming home. And we'll find those 3 breaths together once more. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling open mouth whenever you're ready. And at your own pace again. One more time together. Bringing the palms of the hands together, thumbs at the heart. May you all just move into the rest of your day with ease and gentleness and an openness to that continued connection with yourself. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening.